Henry Ford Jackson Hospital Workforce Planning Coordinator, Sierra Sylvester. Hi, Sierra.
Hello. Thank you
Welcome
for
to the
having
show.
me.
Your first time on our show?
It's my very first time.
Awesome. How long have you been at Henry Ford Jackson?
It'll be 10 years in October.
10 years. Is this your first job out of school?
Not my first, but it was my second.
Oh, cool.
It was my second.
So what does a workforce planning coordinator do?
So my position is pretty unique to the organization. I have the opportunity to build programs with my team and really focus on building the talent pipeline for Jackson specifically. Our goal is to get students interested in healthcare again and educate them on healthcare because they typically think just doctor and nurse, but we really wanted to find a way to educate them on the many different careers in healthcare. So there's imaging or lab or surgical tech or medical assistants. There's so many. In addition to that, I partner with the schools, partner with like Michigan Works, the College and Career Access Center, MLK, and Jackson College and the Jackson Area Career Center. And we really just work together to figure out ways to give opportunities to students and just grow Jackson.
Well, you yourself, you're in a healthcare career, but you're not a doctor.
No, I am
or a
not.
clinician.
No, my major is business.
Cool.
So, yeah.
The summer has some opportunities with school out where you can engage with high school kids.
Yes. So it's middle school students.
Middle
yep.
school
So
students.
middle school students, yep, they have the opportunity to participate in our healthcare camp. So it's a 1-week free healthcare camp where they can come in and see these, they get to see the careers. That's a picture from last year in front of the helicopter that flew in. It was a great time.
Was Dr. Kim driving it?
No, he was not. He was not, but Dr. Kim is awesome. But yeah, so they got to see the helicopter fly in and land, and then the air care team, they let the students get inside the helicopter. And
There's a
kind of
middle
see.
school kid that kind of looks like you.
Yeah, yep, in the blue shirt, yeah.
Yeah. So middle school, grade 6,
Grades,
7?
So currently grades 5th through 8th.
5th through 8th,
Yep.
okay.
And then there is an opportunity for high schoolers who are graduating seniors to be camp counselors as well.
I remember this year, it was super popular. You filled up pretty fast, right?
Yeah, so last year we did have a couple restrictions just related to COVID still. So we did require the COVID vaccination last year. So the good thing about this year is the COVID vaccination is no longer required. So students only have to have the vaccinations that are required by the state of Michigan for school entry and then a TB test.
When is the camp?
So the camp will take place Monday, June 17th to Friday, June 21st.
Wow, a whole week.
Yes, a
And
whole
it's
week.
a day camp.
It's a day camp, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. and it's free.
Nice.
Yep.
Is there food?
There is food. Kids get a t-shirt, they get a goodie bag, they get a bunch of snacks, and they get fun snacks.
And it's full day,
Full day.
5 days a week. What all is going to happen? Where
Oh my
and
gosh,
where
where do
and
I
what?
start?
Tell us, what's the week like?
So what the week looks like is there will be 3 days that are spent at the hospital and then 2 days that are spent at the Career Center. So the days that are at the hospital, the students will meet the employees that work in the positions for like all throughout the hospital. So we have nursing, we have facilities, so that's like your plumbers, your electricians, all that. We have imaging, lab, mother babies, so the students get to see some babies. We have sports medicine, we have therapy, we have imaging, the emergency department. They get to go through a mock trauma simulation, and then again, the helicopter as well. There's tons of stuff. And then once we go to the Career Center, the instructors there have created a bunch of hands-on learning opportunities for the students related to healthcare professions. And then there is one day that is specific to kind of like first responders. So we'll have JPD come out, we'll have firefighters bring out the fire trucks, EMTs will come out, Jackson County Ambulance, and students will get to see those professions as well because they play a big part in healthcare.
It sounds like an awesome opportunity.
It's awesome. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Even for a kid that has really even thought about what they're going to do for a career.
Yep. So even like if the students kind of like, but there's students like once they leave that healthcare, they're like, I'm going to do this. This is what I want to do. Or they're just like, wow, there's so much, and all this. I mean, all the students are amazing. They're great.
That's awesome. And I know you really want to get kids interested in staying here in Jackson and
Yes.
working in Jackson, 'cause it's been a struggle.
It has. It has. I think after COVID hit, there was many students, prior to COVID, what the issue was is people had concerns related to how they were going to pay for college. And then it turned into students didn't even know what they wanted to do. So this is one of the opportunities where we can educate students on the opportunities. So once they get to college, they know what they want to do and they're not having to play that guessing game. So it's pretty cool.
Would you say, Sierra, that there are jobs at Henry Ford that people can start right after high school?
Most definitely. Yep, so there are plenty of entry-level positions that students qualify for just based off of basic customer service. So if it's food industry, if it's babysitting, stuff like that. For me, I started off in an entry-level role as a CNA 10 years ago, and I just continued my education and continued working up, and so it's possible.
When you were in middle school, did you have any idea what you wanted to do?
Yes, but it was not healthcare.
What were you going to be?
So I actually wanted to be a detective. I wanted to be a detective, yep. But I found out I had to work my way up to that and be a police officer first, and I didn't think that was going to be fun. So
Yeah, because you don't start a detective.
yeah, but middle school Sierra was for sure. You just went in as a detective.
Well, we were talking about your name before the show, Sierra Sylvester, and
Yep.
it's a cool name.
Well, thank you.
And some people think it'd be a great name for a superhero.
Yes, my son does.
There
We
you go.
like Miles Morales, and so we were going through the names and how they usually, the first name and the last name start with the same letter.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Mommy, yours sounds the same too." I was like, "Yeah." Like, Mommy's a superhero.
So camp, first people can be camp attendees and then camp counselors. How do you get signed up? How do you apply?
So you can go to our camp website. We have flyers all around town. All the schools have the flyers, so you can just ask, a school counselor for them. But you can just type in Henry Ford Jackson Healthcare Camp, and it'll come right up. And then you'll find the applications for both the campers and the camp counselors. And we have extended the deadline to May 20th.
Oh, okay. So there's
Yes.
still, right now as we speak, there's openings.
Yep, there's still a few openings. Yep.
Seems like it's going to be super popular. You're not going to be able to accommodate everyone that wants to be in.
Yes. So I think unfortunately, there were some delays with our marketing. So a lot of people, when they first found out about us doing the camp again, they went straight to our website, and the old application was still there. So they seen the COVID vaccination requirement. And a couple people who know me personally, they reached out. They're like, "You still have to do the COVID vaccination?" I'm like, "No." So I think that's a big thing. Is just COVID vaccination is not required. But yeah, we want the kids, even if they're not like 100% sure they want to work in healthcare in the future, just giving them exposure. Again, it could possibly lead to something completely different, not healthcare. But if it just gives them an idea of what they want to do and continue to be successful and stay in Jackson, it's a win.
Yeah, that's awesome. I have heard, and you probably have as well, people that think they want to be a doctor and then they're exposed to something where they see blood and they decide, I guess I don't like the sight of blood.
Well, that's exactly what happened to me. When I graduated high school, I went to JC for the nursing program, and I only had 2 prereqs left before I applied to the program, and I was working at the hospital, and it was my first day as a CNA, and a patient he was on blood thinners, and he pulled something out. He's standing in a pool of blood, and it was like something like in a scary movie where you just like stand there, and I just didn't know what to do, and yeah, that's the day I realized that nursing wasn't for me.
Oh, there's blood in this job?
The utmost respect for those in that, profession, but nope, not for me.
Well, it must be neat. You're working in healthcare, but not having to deal with the areas you weren't comfortable with.
Yes. I get the opportunity to be very creative and just, work with all types of people, like adults and kids, and so it's fun.
And you'll go into schools and you present?
Yep. So we have a really close partnership with the Jackson Area Career Center. I'm in with their health tech too, multiple times a year, and I present with them. My team and I, we do mock interviews. We really give them the tools to be successful during those interviews, and teach them about like the resume piece, do's and do nots. So it's pretty cool.
And now there's even more scholarships, so
Yes.
you can get
Yeah,
yeah.
we have the Glick Endowment Scholarship. So that is now online and available for students to apply to. They have to be going into a medical assistant, surgical tech, or registered nurse field, but that is up and live. So just if you go to your Google browser and type in Henry Ford Glick Scholarship, it'll come right up. And the deadline is June 15th for that. So another great opportunity.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, we appreciate you guys putting the camp on and for coming in today.
Definitely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You bet. So visit Henry Ford and get your application in. You have until Monday,
May 20th.
May 13th. That's coming up. 20th. Week and a half.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Sierra.
Thank you.
From Henry Ford Jackson, Workforce Planning Coordinator, Sierra Sylvester. Well, that's it. We've used up all our time. Thanks to Sierra and all our guests on the show today. Tomorrow on the morning show, we continue to honor nursing during Nurses Week with Paris Union and Kathy Serdenik from the Jackson County Health Department, Doug Warren, Pat Soul. Tomorrow afternoon, Steve Castle, Alex Fagan, Doug Bloom, Jennifer Smith, Haley Hemmig, and Andy Mason, all lined up for tomorrow. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.